Kia ora, and welcome to another playthrough of the Daily Flight on Sparrow Warfare, the upcoming game from Neon Aurelius. And if you like what you see, check out the Steam link below, get it on your wish list, watch out for further announcements. Right, today's flight, we are in the Way of Song, so we're looking in terms of our strategy to draw birds out, build up song, then use that song to attack the boss, attack the birds, create glitter bombs, or defend for ourselves as well. But our modifiers for today are gonna be kind of fun. We've got Forgetful, which means that at the end of every turn we lose a random tile, meaning that if we're looking at strategies for playing a tile next turn, it might not be there. So we just got to be aware of that and switch what we're doing as we go. We've got Tit-for-Tit again. We've had that a couple of times recently, and that's nice. Every wild tile gets a copy. And we've also got Halo of Flame. Now this one is interesting because we're playing in the Way of Song, but everybody's going to get 3 burning damage at the start of every turn. And yeah, that includes us. We do get the bird bath wild tiles, which will help us settle clear off that flame, but it's going to be incredibly valuable for the second level where we get the falconer, and the falconer attacks with flame. Normally in Way of Song we're scrambling to try and get rid of that flame, so this one, it's not a nice modifier, but it might actually help us. So without further ado, let us jump in and see how it goes. Okay. Yep, so we've got 2 of our bird baths out already, and we've got our flame. Not so worried at this point about clearing flame off. We're going to want that once it's a little bit heavier on the flame. And if you remember from yesterday, the bosses were awake at the time, so just came out attacking. This time we don't want to be hitting the beekeeper while he's asleep because we like that flame, and let's try and take down as much flame as possible. So using our defense, see if we can get out a couple of the first tier birds, and no, we don't. So I'm just going to discard those. I'm actually going to remove one of the bird baths as well. That might be risky, but I want at least a few birds to be able to come out this time, particularly because I've got Le Drop. Don't want to be doing that on just one. So we just got Bridget. That's a bit of a pain. Well, let's build up that song. We'll remove that 5 burning. And it's a small amount, but we will use a 2, 3 and a 4, so use the drop as a 2 to get a small little glitter bomb going off next turn. Now the birds come out, of course, but fortunately everything's blowing up for 36 this turn, so there's actually no point in me attacking because they're all going to go, and I might as well see what comes out next turn. If there had been anything that did stuff with song, I would have kept that because nice to have that many birds, but without it, there's not much point. Okay, Floss Justice attacking us for 7, so we'll just build that up, and we're going to take a look at what a bird can give us, but I'm not going to try a huge amount. Magic 9 ball. I quite enjoy the randomness there, and see if we can get something fun in those wild tiles. And in fact, Magic 9 ball's great because we'll get 2 copies of each wild tile. Not going to worry so much though about using it this turn because I might want that defense later. And didn't get discarded, thankfully. Okay, brilliant. So we will do a 3/4, get rid of that bed bath. Freeze up and see if we can get something fun with that magic 9 ball. Freeze the first opponent. Again, will be useful in a bit, but we will leave that. Alright, Beekeeper is now awake. Don't have to worry much about the Feathered Fury. And in fact, even playing that song's gonna take them out. Oh no! Okay. Oh, it was taking down on their defence. I was going, why aren't they being beaten up? But that's because they were shielded. So at this point, get my defence, and it's itty bitty, but let's attack the boss for 12. And Feathered Fury will disappear, so let's just get rid of those low value tiles. Okay. So I think we'll just, rather than trying to worry about those defence, we'll freeze the Beekeeper and see what we get coming out. Lost my other freeze, that's a bit of a shame. So if I defend up, get rid of that fire, and we still need a bit more defence. Grab the crescendo. Oh, except that I can't play out the song. That was a bit daft. Thought that was a 2, 3 and a 4. So again, very small amounts, but every little bit taking down the boss helps, particularly as they're being worn down by the flames too. Okay, 3, 4, 5. We're going to need a lot more defense, so let's just see what Magic 9 Ball gives us and what it takes away. So I lose one of those 4s to get a Swooperoni. So that's going to be handy, but doesn't help us with our defense now. Still not helping us with our defense, but stereos are nice as well. That's going to be useful. So 3, 4 and a 5. So brilliant, perfect amount of defense. I want the Swooperoni is more damage than the Glitter Bomb, so we'll play that. And let's take the 34 hit now, sort of reset song. Glitter Bomb is a bit of a waste, but that's the only wild tile we've got left. And brilliant, so with the Superoni bomb about to go off now. And in fact, flame on the boss as well. There we go. So, could have been a bit faster, I think. I wonder whether there's some tiles I could have played in a different order, but not too bad. Alright. None of that's particularly nice. Just gonna see what we get. That's not great either. Grab a 6 song. That will... Six, 7. And grab a Swiperoni and the Glitter Bomb for next turn, because you don't have to worry about the Shrike right now, because they're frozen. And so that's quite nice. That's nearly 100 damage that's going to go off next turn. But no other birds. That is frustrating. So I'm going to see whether the beak's going to give us anything that allows us to draw more tiles. Nope, but we can use a side hustle for future turns. I don't particularly like drawing the boss tiles because we get a 250 bonus at the end, so that becomes a I will do it if I'm going to die otherwise. So if I play side hustle now, then I lose it for a turn anyway, so we will just discard the low value and take out the Shrike. Now side hustle would have been nice. That's the gamble you have with the discards, so it's gone, but maybe our second side hustle will come out quickly. Fan club. And try another magic 8 ball. Turns fan club into something else, but actually turning it into Peacock's Pride, and we've got fan club still in the back pocket, so that second one. It's not quite as challenging to either have a card destroyed or discarded when you know there's a duplicate coming through. And Featherfall is immune to song, which means at this point this is useful to take the bird bath and take out Featherfall. Falconer's awake, and here comes the second side hustle and the Abyss, so we will boost that. We will multiply up the song and then just use 2, 2 and a 2 because we don't particularly need that 2 defense to attack the opponents, and see what comes out. Hopefully another bird bath. Nope. Right. At this point I'm gonna see which of these birds gets taken out with Snowball. The Falconer. That's good. That means I have to worry far less about defence, and we'll see which 2 new tiles we get. I'll grab out a fan club and a sing starling, because I can boost both of those with the defense. So it freezes out Jimmy, but we will either way, the 1, 2 and a 3 to actually take Jimmy out completely, and the falconer. So I really would like a bird bath, because being hit for 13, 12 now is not great. Here's the bird bath, brilliant. And Marjorie is immune to song, and I only need 5 defense, or I could just freeze. We'll use as lower value songs. It also helps with meaning I can attack Marjorie with song next turn, and use my other bird bath. First things first, let's get our Super Only going. Won't take out the Craven Ravens, but I can grab that defense, which will be sufficient, but let's see if we can get something which also... Tail Feather Shake's good to get rid of some of the tiles, and if we multiply the song up, so I'm going to start off, get that defense, multiply the song, and then use the fan club, and I'm just going to discard 2 because fingers crossed leaves at least one of those slot hogs. There we go. But would like something that's I can do with that song, would be nice. So I'm wary of getting too many stereos, because otherwise we'll get a hand that is just full of slot hogs. Draw tiles till the next wild tile will be handy. I'm going to keep up that defense just in case. I'm going to lose those 2 and see what comes out with the lucky bamboo. Another Tail Feather Shake. And gonna need a... Oh, I should do this the other way around, that's silly. Discard 2, draw 3, just because we need that little bit of extra boost. Usually we don't need to. Just redid the maths. But right, with so many. Let's see. Yeah, another Super Oni. Draw 3 tiles. At this point I think I'm going to give up on trying to do something with that song, but we'll get another couple of bombs for next turn. I needn't have worried about Buzz's attack because I forgot that he would have been taken out by the bomb. And so we've got 100, so taking the Falcon out for another 55, or make I still would like to do something to take the fulcrum out for another 5 would be good. Just boost that. Any chance? Draw tiles. And another one of those. Okay. Just discard 5. 5. Disco Fiasco. It's in there. So I'm going to use those, because as long as I've already got 3 there. So we'll do that. Might not need the now I don't need the Disco Fiasco because oh no, because yeah, the boss is frozen, wouldn't hit me. But there we go. Disco Fiasco. 5. Boom. Don't need bombs. There we go. Oh. The bombs don't even go off anymore. Which is good for timing purposes. Yeah, helps us stay and the speed runs, but it would have been fun to have had them all going boom at the same time. Okay. Right. Just using the that to get the super only for next turn, and use the bird bath early. Just we need the run to defend against Hannibal. Hopefully we'll get a few more birds coming out. Okay, Baudelaire. Okay. I'm just gonna discard down by 1 because we're gonna take out Hannibal and Baudelaire, and let's wait to see who comes out. Just fancy Ricky. Okay. Super only for a few turns time. And now can I get rewards gift us with upgrades? Now that one was fun before, so let's grab that flight score. And I'm going to take a brief pause here because I have a oven alarm going off, and I will catch you in a minute. Okay, right, welcome back. Apologies about that, and back on with it. Right, so fine on those elements. Alright, let's just see what we get coming out. Brilliant. Okay, so I'm going to start off with boosting up the song. Freeze out Ricky, and then a little bit of an attack and take the boss down for 118. That's not bad, even though that means the boss is now awake. So this is where stereo is going to come in handy, because we got the barnstormer and take out, well, at least help us with some of our slot hogs. Alright, at this point, I do actually want some more birds out. Wasn't by a huge amount, but if we boost up those, I think I've only got the one slot hog in my deck. Yeah. So at this point, unless I'm gonna see with the fact I've got the crescendo. Oh, upgrade the hand. That was daft. So upgrade the two tiles we've got. If we don't use it now, we lose it. So better to use all of them. Nice. Get the Rubicon. Add the number of tiles in the draw pile to all song values. I think we did that first. And then we've got the two slot hogs, which means that any additional strength attack tiles we get will be +2, but it also means that we'll get at least one more strength for next time as well. But there was no value in those tiles because we just had the wild tiles and slot hogs left. Could have played that a bit better, but using applause was far, far better at this point. Right. I think again that's a bit. Build up that defense. I think at this point I'm just going to use Rubicon to get through my tiles, because I'd like to do a little bit more in terms of those building up some of the strengths, because if I can get a little bit more on there and hit the poacher, we've got enough bombs going off for 100 this turn. So it'd be nice to take out Dino, and then because now we get at 21, and now discard and refill, because if I can get something that attacks off, would have been nice to have had Swooperonis that would have boosted that up a bit, but we can do a little bit more attacking here. Do one more check and see if I can get something that will attack. Oh, upgrade the hand. Multiply. Attack the boss. Brilliant. So we'll start off with boosting that up, and then give a little bit more boost there, and now we've got more than enough to take out the boss. And a few.
Fly free, little sparrow.
hidden birds that didn't come out, so we got some hidden glory in that. Decent amount of followers. I didn't use the too many wild tiles. Really handy with Tit-for-Tit because you get a lot of wild tiles. You don't necessarily need to keep on opening up the birds as long as they come out well. We got our bonus for no kings, albatross for getting in just under the half hour, torture for destroying 25 tiles, and that includes all the smoke tiles that got destroyed. So we weren't actively destroying them, but and when we're using magic 9 ball, that was destroying a tile as well. And our bare bones, we upgraded tiles. We upgraded what was in our hand, but we didn't have a full upgraded suit. So yeah, fun little run there. I think I probably could have done things a little bit faster a couple of times round where I've played wild tiles the wrong way round, but overall not quite 3,000. Pleased with that score. So hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you next time. Kia ora.